You have found it, the front lines of the information war, as we attempt to alert humanity to the fact that a private consortium of banks, merciless megacorporations, are openly setting up world government that will be owned, run, controlled by them. And it is a eugenics system they wish to enforce on the planet. World government is only the beginning. It is the means to their ends. It is Sunday, the 27th day of September 2009. I don't want to just come on the radio today and rant and rave at the police, because I'm more than angry at them. I am saddened that they continue to confirm that when they're under federal control, they act as bad as communist Chinese police, or as Hitler's police, or as Stalin's police. Now, all over European newspapers, they are describing some of the events that happened at the G20 to some of the things we've seen in China, similar to the July 4th protest known as Tiananmen Square. But they weren't running over people with tanks yet. Rob Dew, one of the producers of this radio show, also a videographer, who we dispatched with Jason Burmis and Jason Douglas, was arrested Friday evening. He got out of jail yesterday and is back in Austin, Texas. He'll be with us in studio in 30 minutes. So will Jason Burmis. Then Luke Radowski will be joining us coming up in the next hour. Then Ron Paul is going to be on the show here with us. Congressman Ron Paul. The military and police tortured Luke Radowski. They took him to the state penitentiary, made fun of him for being on TV, for being seen on television bullhorning, said that this was punishment, strip searched him, beat him with billy clubs, and handcuffed him for the evening into the day, which is a violation of the Geneva Convention, handcuffed inside the jail cell as a form of torture. Rob Dew was arrested for just being there, videotaping. Jason Burmis called me Friday night as I was up here working at about 10 o'clock Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania time, and I could hear the sound cannons going off, the rubber bullets being fired, the sounds of gunshots, and Jason was flabbergasted because they came onto a park that is on the grounds of the university, bordering the university, and it was mainly just college kids out there in the park. And he said he couldn't believe it because there weren't even any protests going on, and the police, he saw them beating women, men. We have video of this, in the head with billy clubs. I mean, blood spewing. Women would say, "I'm just riding my bicycle," and the cops would, knock them in the head with a billy club. We have video and photos. We've posted some of them. My guys just got back last night, of children in neighborhoods. We're talking 9, 10-year-olds covering their ears, being hit with sound cannons. The police have just an absolute lust to attack the American people. They've been trained that we're the enemy. They've been militarized, and the military fights and kills an enemy. And this is what Northcom is all about. And you put this in with all the reports confirmed around the country of regular Army, Marine Corps, National Guard suddenly showing up even at local police departments, running checkpoints. You combine this with the open announcements of world government, global governance from the G20. You combine this with the plunging dollar. You combine it with all the talk of forced inoculations coming up. This is a very, very serious time. So we're going to break it all down today and play some exclusive video for everybody watching at prisonplanet.tv that we simulcast with the syndicated radio show. If you want to see this, not just hear the audio, go to prisonplanet.tv. Very important broadcast today. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick break.
This is Alex Jones. Have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? Well, you should. He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. That's right. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time that you and your family need to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement and military standards. Front Sight provides such training without any boot camp mentality or drill instructor attitudes. This is real. Don't miss out. Secure a Front Sight defensive handgun course, plus a 30-state concealed weapons permit for pennies on the dollar, and get your free handgun. Go to frontsight.com today. That's FRONTSIGHT.com. Go to frontsight.com for your training and free gun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have Rob Dew, who was arrested here in studio with us. Also, Jason Burmis, who was there covering the G20 live. My mother made a good point when I was over at my parents' house Friday. They said, I guess this is the coming out of the New World Order. Because we've seen hundreds of articles in one day announcing global government, end of the dollar, the end of America's power. But we've never seen it 5,000, 10,000, 12,000 articles in one day. Every major newspaper announcing it, and they're explaining to people what the New World Order is and what it means. Ladies and gentlemen, private banks, through fraud, came in, got control of our treasury departments in the Western world, issued themselves unlimited currency and credit under our name, bought up the planet. And so you've got these swindlers up there, and every time they show up in England, they beat a newspaper delivery guy to death and then tried to cover it up. Later the videos got released. They killed him, beat him to death. He was like, I'm delivering newspapers. And they said, no one allowed on the streets, and beat him to death. That's what Tiananmen Square is. When they just said all over Pittsburgh, no one is allowed to be out, including kids in their front yards, miles and miles away from the convention center. They would go to the university at night, and there's videos of university kids coming out of dorms, coming out of the university centers, dates. They're not even protesters, and they walk up and go, officer, why are you pepper spraying us? Why are you? And they will just hit them. And there's video of them running up to a woman, knocking her off her bike. She gets up and says, why are you doing this? The cops hit her again with billy clubs. So she throws her bike at them. They beat the hell out of her. And, I mean, this is so unlawful. This is such criminal behavior. This is a police riot when they're beating women up. And then you're supposed to just sit there and take it while they beat you up for their own personal enjoyment. But they were clearly ordered to do this. And, again, AP... Don't believe Alex Jones. There's a lot of AP articles that are actually accurate. There's a crazy Reuters article saying no arrests were made. Total lie. We're going to go over that. But it says civil liberties groups, police overreacted at G20. And then it describes people in their neighborhoods being driven to their home, people being attacked on their porches, children being attacked. There's video of old women being attacked with police dogs and being bitten. And women walking out of stores with bags going, what's going on, officer? And they're like, ah, because they've always wanted to be able to attack the public. They've always wanted to have a bloody psycho riot. And the same thing happened in Germany. Same things happen everywhere else. We know psychology. We know what armies do, the mass raping, the killing, this evil spirit that comes over them. And that's why you don't want the military or militarized police in your country. That's why the Constitution and Posse Comitatus say it's illegal. But they just ignore all of that. So we have all of this happening, and now Obama's announcing he wants a 12-month school year. They, in New Jersey, are not apologizing for the new Obama curriculum, where they have the kids change the verse from Jesus loves all the children to Obama loves all the children. Red, yellow, black, and white, they are all equal in the president's sight. We played that Friday. We broke that a month ago, but now Limbaugh and Hannity and Drudge got it last week. And we've got scores of these videos. And I'm not bragging that we keep breaking it, but I am honored that we're actually driving the news now. That what we cover then later becomes mainstream media. That's the real value of this radio show, is that we can drive things out into the public consciousness to have a wider debate about them. Now, I want to get a statement from both of you, and we're going to play some exclusive audio and video here of your arrest. That's what this video is. And we're going to go over a lot of this video we can't play. This one doesn't have cussing, right?
No, I cut out all the cussing.
Yeah, which took Burmis. Burmis was up here like 5-6 hours last night.
I was up here till about 2:30 in the morning. I came back here at noon.
Okay, so you've been working all day just to cut the cuss words out, mainly the police screaming and cussing. But first, I want to get, in summation, what you witnessed Rob do with the military and the police attacking the American people. And then the big news I haven't even announced. I barely mentioned it earlier, because if police dogs attacking old women isn't enough, if little kids playing football in their front yard in the middle of a neighborhood being attacked from 10 feet away, point-blank range with sound cannons that do damage the middle ear and can cause permanent deafness isn't enough. Luke Radowski was arrested, was charged, was taken to the penitentiary with you. He said the military was holding him. They stripped him down, made fun of his naked body, beat him with billy clubs, saying, "You're the big TV star, this will teach you a lesson," and then handcuffed him in violation of the Geneva Convention while he was in the cell.